Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
Hey guys, Andy N, Grant Kerno, Beth Macmillan, Amanda Nicholson. Not the TV guide, part C, and this promise you with part C. Now Beth's just saying, I think we've converted Beth onto Ghost Whispers now, haven't you? So go on, Beth.
Yeah, no, I really want to watch it now. I mean, I know it's probably not going to be quite the same, but I've just been laughing in my head. I keep thinking of Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost now, and imagining that it's going to be similar. Like my favorite scene in Ghost is just like when she's having an argument with him, and she's like, "Yes, you do have an attitude," and all of this and this, and he's going, "I need you to write it down." Write it down. It's like, I'm no damn secretary. It's like so good. Just
Amanda, is Ghost Whispers anything like this at all?
Not quite. My favourite scene from Ghost was when he kept singing to her. He kept singing, "I'm Henry VIII."
I'm Henry I am Henry VIII.
Oh.
So good.
That doesn't happen in Ghost Whisperer, though.
All I'm going to say to you, Amanda, is no, I'm not going to watch this on Saturday night to you. When I get back from my parents coming up soon with a drink in my hand, because I need that much drink. I'll be paralytic to watch it. So, but I'm sure Grant would watch you, wouldn't you, VT, quite happily, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if ET was a ghost, I'd be into it.
That's what you
That'd
need
be
to do
sad then,
next. You need to do Ghost and ET.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine him actually doing the pottery, with his hands.
Oh, sorry. We should say it before we forget. E.T. is one of Grant's little toys, isn't it? So that's why. So we don't want him thinking we've actually got E.T. sat on his knee here.
Oh, I know. It is ET.
Otherwise, we'd have the FBI or whatever banging on Grant's door, wouldn't you? Dragging him away. Oh, that'd be an entertaining podcast.
I can't lose him again.
It'd be an entertaining podcast saying, Christy watching Grant saying, "Help, help!" And
Yeah,
me and Grant and
clever,
Beth all sat there cracking up laughing. So yeah. Sympathetic friends that we are. So, right. Okay. Yes. On to some serious program watching now. Something a program actually happened. Severance. Grant. What is Severance? Because this is another one I'm not that familiar with, John. I've heard of it.
You're not familiar with it at all, no.
Not really, no.
No, it's an Apple TV program. It's like it's directed by Ben Stiller. So it's not a comedy. It's got comedy elements of it, but it's not like an outright comedy. But it's a really clever sci-fi concept, very much so. There's a company that Adam Scott plays the main lead in it. He plays Mark S. Basically, he works for a kind of insidious corporation. They're called Lumen. He works on the seventh floor. So what being seven means is basically you turn up for work, but then you don't remember the day at all because you get there's a imprint in your brain. So the moment that you go down the lift, it triggers it, and you become someone else. So they call it your innie because you're inside the office, and the outie is your person outside of it. So you will never consciously remember going to work. You'll turn up at 9 o'clock. You'll clock in, and then the next memory you have is it's 5 o'clock. You've left, so you go back home and you get on with your life. So basically, you live your life without ever experiencing work at all. But then that's your outie. But the innie, they basically, once they finish work, they just start again. So basically they're just trapped in a loop of constant work, and it's all like they're doing like a secret project that they can't really, no one knows what it's for. And there's like loads of random departments. There's like a goat, someone feeding goats, and that's got a special purpose. And they kind of worship like the he's called Keir, who's like the old CEO, and he has all these kind of paintings around there. So he's a bit of a mythical figure, and it's just really fascinating kind of concepts. And just obviously it's got a really good cast. Christopher Walken's in it. John Turturro's in it.
Yeah, good
yeah.
choices.
He plays like he's in like I think he's in like not the marketing, but like it's got like a landscape. He does like the art for the building and stuff like that. And he has a relationship with one of the people in the team. But what happens is that a new girl starts, and then she just tries to kill herself every day. So that's the first series. So that's quite. But then the second series it's just started a couple of weeks ago, and there was a big cliffhanger at the end of season one. I've had to wait 2.5 years for it to be finally resolved.
Oh no!
And so it's been really, really good. But it's really good this series because they're going in a bit of a different new direction with it. But it's a really, really good show. It's really it's very stylish. And the world of it's got it really really sells like kind of corporate overlord, that kind of sinisterness of like, a lot of corporations, how they're trying to make it your life, and you've got like this person that's constantly working all the time because they're basically they become different when they go down. They're like new people, so they have no memories of their life outside of work. So it's like they're trying to unravel who they are outside of the office, and so it's really good sci-fi concept, and it's really well done. So yeah, I really recommend. And it's got a really cool soundtrack as well. Music's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's really
Has
cool.
it got a comedy element to this, or is it just a very
Yeah, it has
serious?
some really funny bits in it. Yeah. There's some quite yeah, there's yeah, there's some laugh out loud moments in it. But yeah, there's quite a lot of dark humor in it as well. So
Is this your sort of program, Beth, do you reckon?
It does sound like an interesting concept.
it
Yeah,
is.
no, it's not really like anything I've ever watched before, but then I think that's just because it's like a really original idea, it sounds like. Yeah.
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 It's somewhat I've heard of it vaguely. Again, Amanda, would you want to watch
There's,
this?
there's a bit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
Grant.
sounds a bit bad, but I'd give it a go.
Well, listen, it's sort of program Grant watches, so it's kind of guaranteed to be off the wall, isn't it? So,
Yeah, there's no ET in it, sadly.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah,
yeah. Now, obviously,
unless he's in one of the departments down there, I'll have to find out.
what's been your favourite bits of this new series, then, Grant?
Although there was a really cool episode 4, where they actually had the people who work inside the office. They had like an out. They actually took them out of the office. They had like a day in the forest, and they camped over. But yeah, there was a bit of a plot twist in the middle of it. But it was a sort of shocking revelation happened. But yeah, that was a really really good episode. But it's interesting seeing the kind of characters go outside, and they had never seen trees or water before, stuff like that. So it was really interesting. Yeah. So. No, it's
Oh,
a really good show. Yeah, I love all the characters in it. Some really cool characters in it. But
has it
yeah,
been?
there's a bigger mystery going on as well, because Adam Scott's character, basically, he's the reason he severed himself because he was depressed in real life because his wife died, and he kind of lost the will to live, really. But then there's a mystery about what happened to her. Was it the company had done involved in it? Yeah, so there's a bit of a mystery going on there. I won't say any more, but yeah, we don't really know the answer. We don't know the answer yet, but they're hinting that something's gone on there. So yeah, there's loads of theories going around the internet. It's one of those kind of ones that's got a big online following, because it's like people just kind of guess where it's going to go. So yeah, it's really interesting.
Oh, cool. Do you think there'll be a third season in it? So they got legs this one from a third series.
Yeah, I think they have. Yeah, I've read they're going to do, but they said they felt sorry for everyone who had to wait so long, because it didn't get renewed, obviously, because it's quite a different, quite an original show, and then it took off on Apple, and then they went to commission it. Then they had the actors strike, and then stuff like that. Because I think it was originally filmed in COVID as well, so it was one of those shows. So it was quite good, because it was when people were work from home and stuff like that. It was really like saying like, yeah, office life sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, why would we ever want to go back to it? But yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just, it's a really really good show. I really recommend it. I think you'd like it.
Cool.
I
No,
think you'll.
it sounds interesting, certainly. Yeah. So, how long are the episodes generally? Is it like a what
It's
half an
about
hour
40 minutes.
programs?
Yeah,
40 minutes.
40
Yeah, it's
minutes.
more. Yeah, it's one of the
Yeah.
ones. It's like drama. One's more in it. Yeah, comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more drama. Yeah, but there are some moments. There are some funny moments in each episode. So yeah, but yeah, Ben Stiller is really well directed as well. It just looks amazing. The sets and everything. Yeah, it's really cool.
No, sounds cool. Yeah. No. What are you going to give this one out of 10, mate?
I'll give it a 9 so far. I'm loving the series. So yeah, I think it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me, definitely. So, right, next one is a joint one that me and Amanda have watched. Patience on Channel 4. Now, I've got recommended this one because Beth doesn't know, as a grad don't, but I've been mentoring a young autistic writer over the last year or so called Emily, and she really recommended this story to me, this film program to me, because the lead in it is a detective, or playing the outside detective is actually is autistic in real life and plays an autistic character. So I'll read out what I've got, what I've nicked off somewhere in this one, right? So,
Yeah.
but the eponymous lead in the Channel 4 crime drama Patience is autistic, and so is the actress playing her, Ella Macy Purvis. In fact, all the neurodiverse characters in the series are played by neurodiverse actors, which is the first in mainstream British television. And it's based on the French-Belgium series, I'm not even trying to pronounce this, Astrid L. Raphael's, which aired here as Astrid Murder in Paris. And this is what me and Amanda liked this one. This is actually set in York, and we both went to York fairly recently, and it really brought it to life for us, Amanda, because we've been there, hadn't we, recently?
Yeah, I just like watching out for the places and seeing if I
Yeah.
recognize them. And then I saw the shambles, and I love the shambles.
That's why. But yeah, it was like started off seeing when Patience is like it's got all the bases, an autistic young lady working in the criminal records office, and it becomes
Yeah.
apparent she's a borderline genius, and ends up getting
Mm.
brought into this detective team to help solve a murder, which was by his place helping out Spectre Metcalf, who was played by Laura Fraser from Breaking Bad, with patterns
Oh
she
yeah.
perceives in a case involving men who've been compelled to take their own lives. And it's a fascinating series. It really, really is. Now, Amanda, is there anything you want to say about this?
Yeah, I think it felt believable, and I liked the relationship between Patience and the detective as well. And then you saw how it compared to like how other people treated her, and I want to understand him.
Yeah, and that's what I think it was really, really good because you had stuff like that patience at the beginning of it. She wouldn't let anybody touch her. And she get like the detective wanted to give her a hug when she was upset. She put no touching, please, she says to Metcalf. And it was like a lot of it was done really well because of a lot of the
Yeah.
trauma that come from her childhood with her mum walking out in the relationship. And I've seen this happen with Emily before now. That's her story. It seems to be a lot, there's an awful lot of trauma in this. And the
Mhm.
story for me is at its best when they talk about their relationships, perhaps more than the actual, that the detective side of it, which I thought was a bit crap in places. But the
Yeah.
relationship side of it was really good. It was beautifully shot, to be honest with
Yeah.
I did see some people criticizing it, a few newspapers and stuff,
you. Oh,
and they seemed
The
to
Guardian hated it.
eh, they seemed to miss the point
Okay.
because they said it was embarrassing and clunky in places. But the thing is,
Okay.
it's like a lot. I don't know if people will know this or not, but I've not been diagnosed or anything, but I suspect I'm probably on the spectrum, and it is embarrassing and clunky sometimes. So that's what
Yeah.
it's like. And they missed the point by using that as a criticism.
Yeah, that's what we found in this. Obviously, I'm talking about Emily. Emily recommended, and I know we felt autistic and Charlotte did as well. Both said it was really, really realistic. So yeah, but uh, Beth, you got anything you want to ask us about it?
No, I mean, I think you've explained it pretty well there, to be honest. I think yeah, it does sound really interesting. I think that would be interesting to watch it like from the perspective of like seeing how they deal with that representation of autism. Because obviously there's quite a lot of shows that feature autistic characters or feature characters that are clearly meant to be autistic, which like get a lot of criticism because they don't always handle that with like sensitivity and
Mm.
care. And this obviously sounds like a more realistic, portrayal. Because I mean, I love The Big Bang Theory, but I mean, Sheldon's character, much as I love his character, and they never kind of explicitly say that he's autistic. It's clear that they're kind of, that's what they're suggesting. And
Yeah.
if that's what they're suggesting, then I think at times it's not exactly the kindest,
Mhm.
portrayal of the autism community. So it would be interesting to watch this from like that perspective to see how they handle the representation.
Yeah, I think it's worth a go. You don't watch all of it. It's I've never seen this done in British TV like that before. Amanda, can you think of any other examples of British TV where they seem to manage it really well? Even though it's only a remake as well.
Yeah, I can't think of any. But I did come across a series you mentioned as well, and that's also on Channel 4 if you're interested in watching that. There's 4 seasons of it.
What's that, Amanda?
Astrid, the one that you were talking about
Yeah,
at school.
That's the one they've remade it from apparently.
Yeah,
And
some
it's
people
doing
have accused it of being a
Oh, is it?
blatant
Yeah.
rip-off though, and just like copying it, but
it's a
just in
remake.
English.
It's a remake. That's why. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. But they're doing the fifth season of that in America at the moment. So somewhat I'm gonna have to watch that and give that a go. So yeah. So anyway, it's ironic actually. The next program is linked into this one we're going to talk about, but we better review this. Amanda, what are you going to give us a marking?
I'll give it 8.
Yeah, for me it's an odd one because the detective side of it I give what about 6, but I give 10 out of 10 to the relationship. So I thought that was spot on. There's an 8 for me as well. So Now, the last program we're going to review this month is ironically, we saw this in the trailers when we were watching this on Channel 4 actually, and Beth's watched this called it Go Back to Where You Came From. And I remember Amanda and me really cringing about this,
Yeah, I think it's just the title. It sounded like it was going to be racist, but I'm guessing it's not from
no,
what. Yeah.
yeah.
God, no, I mean
Reformed it.
it's on Channel 4. It's not gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna be racist. It's like it's a proper program. Like it's an unfortunate title, but it's a good show. Like it's the opposite of racist, if you see what I mean. It's basically like pointing out it's essentially what they do is they take this group of British, you know, native British in inverted commas people who are very I'm loath to say racist, but very anti-immigration, shall we say, very anti illegal migrants, and very like pro protect the borders, all of that, quite right wing. And they basically challenge them to go to some of the countries that, well, obviously, ones that are semi-safe that you can actually get to. They take them to some of the countries that migrants are actually coming here from, and they send them with like ex-army people, bodyguards to protect them, because obviously this is like dangerous territories that they're going into. But one group goes to Somalia and one group goes to Syria, and they basically go and spend time with some refugee families who, well, not refugee families, but families who are like internally displaced refugees within those countries that are thinking about trying to make the crossing to the UK because it's, they want a better life. And they basically get them to kind of recreate the journey of some of these migrants to the UK and meet some of the migrants that are living in camps and things that are like displaced within their countries, because obviously Syria is is still at war. So it's just really interesting because they go into it sort of thinking, oh, you're not going to change my mind. I don't care how bad their country is. They still don't have a right to come to our country, blah, 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 all of this. And then you can just see their like face when they go to these places. And it's like, I think obviously, immigration is a complex issue. There's no black or white. I don't, I think we all agree that, there is an issue. I don't think anyone's saying, we can just have a completely open border, but it's kind of a very nuanced like way of showing how different people's experiences and perceptions lead them to these like misconceptions, and they really start to kind of change their attitude after they actually see the state that these countries are in. And it's just really like it's just their attitude at first is shocking, quite frankly. I mean, they say some really not very nice things at first, but then as time goes on and they start to experience what these fellow human beings are experiencing, you can really see their attitude start to change, and it opens up a more nuanced conversation. And it's just I thought it was a really interesting, insightful program. And it's actually a really unfortunate title that they've chosen, because I feel like it's going to put people off and make them think that it's sort of a bit kind of trash TV. But I think it's actually really well done.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right, Beth. It put me off, and it did same for you, man, because of the title alone, didn't it, really?
Yeah.
That's why I have a go with that one. Grant, what do you think to
Yeah.
that? We'll ask you the neutral side of things, mate.
Well, I could be honest, Mini ET was a bit upset when he said "get back to your own country" earlier. It took a bit offensive.
Oh.
It took a
Don't
bit
go,
offensive.
E.T. Do you?
Don't go. Yeah, but no, seriously, Beth. Yeah, I know it's like, though that's obviously the strength of it, but is the weakness is it because of the title? Do you reckon then? Really, was that a bad mistake? Do you reckon then?
Possibly, yeah. I wasn't really put off by the title because I kind of watched the trailer and read about it, and I thought it sounded quite interesting. So I didn't really consider the title that much. But now you've mentioned it, I do think if someone just heard that title, and didn't really look into it, then yeah, that probably would be a little bit off-putting. But yeah, once you actually see what it's about and watch it, I think it's a really fascinating show, because I don't think anything quite like it's ever been done before. And I think it really like starts to build some bridges, to be honest, between obviously people from very different lives and communities. So
Yeah, no, I agree completely. It's one of those ones where I think sometimes it's, you always say title. A program's in the good at titling. If you put a title like that, it's almost Channel 5-ish, because Channel 5 are quite known for
Yeah.
doing crap
Yeah.
stuff like that. Now that's why as soon as I saw it, I said to Amanda, "Oh God, it's Channel 5 on Channel 4." It turned out it probably wasn't, so but it's typical. So
I mean, it's
now,
hard hitting. It's hard
mm,
hitting. So I wouldn't. It's not for the faint of heart. I wouldn't sort of say
Yeah.
everyone go and watch it. But if you're interested in kind of exploring like the politics of this kind of thing, and it's really fascinating to get different perspectives.
yeah, sounds it as well straight away with that. So now that's pretty well my questions there. Grant and Amanda, have either you two got anything you would like to ask Beth?
No.
Grant?
No, nothing else sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it does say it
Yeah.
sounds interesting, Beth, straight away. But yeah, I'm going to have to get paid to give it another look at it, because instead of dismissing it straight away. So, what are you going to give this out of 10 to wrap up with tonight?
Gonna give it. I'm gonna give it an 8, because there is some bad language used, and it is quite sort of, in your face at times, and it's a you do have to sort of be patient with, because it's not one of those where you're going to like the people in it immediately, really. So you've got to kind of stick with it. But yeah, it's a very fascinating show.
No, sounds it as well, indeed. Well, say if you watch Bird, what I finished watching last night, if you had the language of that, I should have mentioned, was appalling. It really was. But yeah, now I get it. Now, it's fascinating. It's an interesting conclusion that today as well, Beth. So thank you for that. Now, everybody, obviously, now that we are 4, not 3. Beth doesn't know this yet. We now wrap up the program. We ask everybody, what are you planning to watch next? Grant, first of all, what have you got planned to watch next?
Well, I think we're all excited for the return of the Magnificent Reach.
We're 3 episodes into that, yeah, and it's been. We're gonna get
Okay.
Beth to watch that. All I say to you, Beth, is Reach is a massive bloke, and there's no spoilers
Yeah.
of saying it. It looks like the prime enemy is going to be somebody who's even bigger than him, called Paulie, and he's way over 7 foot wide. He's like a tank. He is. He's probably big, probably bigger than the 4 of us put together, body mass wise. He's that big, right? So yeah, we've got Amanda. How have you found Reacher so far then? Season 3. No, we're not giving much away.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Woo.
I'm worried for his safety at the moment.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. So
Don't say that.
we're watching that. Daredevil's out next week, as you said already, Grant.
Yeah.
We're currently watching. I don't know if we're going to review his next month. Stephen Knight's new drama, A Thousand Blows.
Oh yeah, it's on Disney. I've saw all that
Disney, yeah,
advertised. Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be good.
Yeah, Stephen Graham's good, but Stephen Graham's always good, right? So I've got criticism of whether review or not, wait and see. So, and also, is it Last of Us is due back soon as well? Am I imagining things?
It's in April, I think. Yeah.
April.
Same as Doctor Who. Doctor Who's back
Yeah,
in April as well. So
yeah. So, yeah. So, Beth, what have you got planned to watch at the moment then?
Yeah, Doctor Who when it comes back, obviously.
Woo.
Yeah.
Hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Very concerned I'm not going to be, but we're going to stick with it.
I believe this. I believe the spin-off series is due out in October. Is what I mean, rumors of as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to stay tuned for that as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm also going to be doing a watch of Buffy. I am going to try and start that soon, so that'll be a bit of a kind of retrospective, because I'm obviously very late to the party, but I love getting into like older shows. A lot of what the shows that I get into are kind of quite old shows. I like sort of discovering these because I want to watch X-Files as well at some point. So
Oh,
yeah, I
good
like
grief!
discovering these old
That's
shows.
older than you, that, as you do
Yeah.
realise some of that. Good grief, yeah. It's
Yeah.
older than me, some of it nearly as well. Yeah, I look forward to hearing about that as well. God, yeah.
I just
So,
had to laugh at God's face, because it's just like when he's she's watching Buffy, like, I've got to go through all this again.
Go to
yeah,
Buffy again.
yeah,
No.
yeah. We had Buffy rewatch and Angel rewatch most of the first year. Guess what you got coming for most of the next year, Grant?
Oh, Buffy!
You might as well just give it a watch it, girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as Beth's finished, Grant, why do you do it? Carry on for the third year then, and doing that then.
I know. I'll be a broken man if I can't get to Angel.
The boys as well, obviously gonna
yeah.
give the boys a go.
You've got to give that a go.
Catch up with that, yeah.
You've got to give that a go because Jensen in season 3 is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to tell you, Beth, Jensen's in Gen V as well. And he's got a really funny cameo in Gen V as it's really, really
That a
funny.
vampire thing.
No, he wasn't a vampire in Gen V. No, Jensen wasn't. He was
No, I've been like, is it a vampire show?
Amanda,
No,
you're
it's
the
a
lady.
spin-off from The Boys, but with younger people in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's basically taking the piss out of Captain America in it, right? Massively. He done it for one scene, but it's really funny. Oh God, it's really funny. And what else have you got planned to watch, Grant, then to wrap up with today, mate? What have you got coming up?
I think that's it really. Daredevil. Obviously Severance is finishing. And yeah, I can't think of any. Oh, The White Lotus. I want to watch that. You know, that's a really good show. Have you ever seen that?
I believe it's very good, though, yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch that as well. So yeah, it's on my list. Well, White Lotus.
See, people, we have plenty to come. We should be back. What do you reckon, Amanda? About a month's time, should we say to everybody? Yeah, probably end of March. And by that point, let's hope it's a bit warmer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be sat here with some shirt sleeves on, not padded up with dressing gowns on and t-shirts underneath it. So
E.T.'s getting frozen again, like it was on that lake.
Oh, Beth, before I forget, if you're getting into Buffy, Amanda, what should Beth go and see at the theatre?
Oh, Buffy revamped. It's the guy that does it. Was it 75 minutes?
Yeah, did all 7 seasons of it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant, you should go along with Beth to that, I think. Right? You'd enjoy it.
Yeah. Then we can see Ghost the Musical afterwards. That's still on in
Is
Manchester.
there a Ghost the Musical? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
there is. Yeah, it was,
I didn't know
playing
that.
years ago.
I need
I
to
don't know if
see
it's still
that.
going on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's definitely. I think. Yeah. Or it's either like it's a play version of it. But yeah, I don't know if it was a musical. But yeah, it was definitely the Ghost was on in Manchester a long time ago. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so keep your eyes open for that. It's not on at the minute because it's Mary Poppins at the minute.
Yeah,
Knight's
it was
Tale,
on at
isn't
that
it?
theatre there. Yeah, it was on at that theatre. So it was quite a
I
big
went to see
attraction.
Dear Evan Hansen the other day.
Oh yeah, and they're good.
Oh, legit.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Yeah, it was really funny. I got it as a birthday present. My friend got us tickets to a matinee.
Oh.
It was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool. Now we're in London. Well, I'm not giving the date away, obviously, for reasons obvious. But we're hoping to go down to the Odeon at Leicester Square, and I've not checked out what's coming out there around the Amanda, have we? When we're down
It
there,
hasn't got the full listings on yet.
but we're talking about either going to watch a new Captain America film or Fulfilling Brave. We're going to see The Brutalist because that goes on for 4 hours, right?
Get your money's worth.
Yeah, with the food.
Yeah, I've seen Captain America. It was average. I wouldn't recommend it. No.
It was, and I believe was Harrison Ford in good in it.
Yeah, he's good actually. Yeah.
I know he played Red Hulk, didn't he? I believe he did a speak when he came Red Hulk, and he was just trying to smashing things up. So
yeah, the Red Hulk bit's really cool, but yeah, it's just okay. It's not worth. Yeah. Wait till it comes on Disney Plus, I'd say.
Yeah. I think we're probably going to go watch Brutalist. And I said to you, Amanda likes Agent Brody, and I've got the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack on this, but we'll see.
Oh, cool.
Ask us next month, Phil. Right,
yeah,
folks.
good things. I know 2 people said it, loved it, so yeah, I think you'll like it.
Yeah, Steve,
3.5 hours time.
Steve, who you both know we do speak easy with, he's been to see it. And he said his back went on the 4th hour, but he really enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
That's why, but yeah, no, we might see that. So, all right, guys, girls. See you all soon. Amanda, take it away for us tonight.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
I'm off to watch Lord Sugar. Bye.
Oh, it's time. You get last 10 minutes.
Sugar time.
Yeah. Sugar time. Right, folks. See you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.